I saw this police a long time ago. I said in another video, I'm not going to upload the video, but it was all kind of frantic behavior from vehicles, the gang stalkers. They don't know where I'm going to church. It's not safe for me to go to the big church I normally go to. They said they're upset about something. They've elevated the harassment. So I can't go to that church. So they're stalking me to figure out what church I'm going to create havoc there. Which stalking is a crime, even if you're the police department and the government doing it out of your criminal activity. This car waited to turn the same time I turned. So it waited, and then when I turned, it turned with me. There's another police. They need to know what church I'm going to so they can create havoc. I am fleeing from abuse that the police, the government's abuse. So to keep their abuse under wraps, they need to know where I'm going so they can make sure this church bullies me, because I got to be punished. And I would be punished at this other big church I'm going to. In the other video stated that I was punished at Ibach for begging for my life and drug out the church and thrown on concrete where police were outside waiting. They were at churches, but prior, harassing me at church. Then when they incriminated themselves and gave me that criminal trespassing scheme at church, then they started enlisting the church to be a part of their abuse. So at Fountain of the Living Word, where there was a poisonous snake, they were conspirators in the abuse to the degree where they allowed a poisonous snake to be in that tent area. I called 911 3 times and they kept hanging up. I flagged down the police. So then, I had to pause for a second. So then the church sermon that night was about pit viper snakes. And then he looked at me and said, the bishop, and said, let this be a warning. And then the other church removed me for trying to get help in domestic abuse. So churches aren't safe for me. And since that church has already wanted to conspire with the abuse, OCBF. It doesn't matter how big it is. I was drug out of Ibach and thrown on concrete in front of the congregation for begging for my life. So to be safe, because it's not safe for me going to church anymore, I have to go to another church that they're not aware of. And they're stalking me to make sure that they enforce abuse and watch who I'm talking to, and have tried to have them enlist the churches to be abusers and cover up for their crimes. So let's see how this goes. One thing I couldn't talk about, they even tried to control some sermons. I know that people wouldn't believe it. Why would I say that? Well, let this be a warning, including pit viper snakes in a sermon. Let this be a warning and looking directly at me. In addition to that, the other sermon that when they removed me was about talking too much on social media and talking too much. They've been really honing in on people that talk a lot. And it's clear cut this channel that I talk an awful lot. So who else would they be talking to? So, I don't think it's realistic. Let me go to inside this church before they call them and have them set up abuse. You leaving?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, she was about to block my path, but my tablet was up. That's odd. Why would she leave church? And who's having these people become abusers? And change their sermons up when I arrive. My YouTube channel, okay, I'm in a domestic violence crisis. Is there anything the church can do to help me get out of my crisis?
Yeah.
The password.
We had a domestic
password
violence,
is the Wells.
like seminar, the police
And
officers,
then they will
everybody came out here
Is there anything that you can do to assist at all?
for
Domestic violence? Any help that the church can give?
And I know it's
I
been
need
a
you to
while.
talk to the first lady, but she's out.
Okay, let me put my number on there.
many-
Let me see here.
But you
Some
have
kind
your
of place.
YouTube channel. I can
Right,
probably
like
start.
some kind of placement or help, any kind of thing that the church could be compassionate and provide. Because I was drug out of Ibach trying to get help, and a lot of churches are told to be conspirators in the crime and cover for it, and they won't do. They deprive me of services and any kind of help and support to get out the abuse. So I was just reaching out to this church to see if there's anything that you can offer.
Okay, yeah. Can I pass this on to her?
Yes.
She's out of town this weekend, but I can pass this back to her.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
And if you take a look at it,
Okay.
there's shot abuse involved, and we haven't been able to get any resolutions. It's been going on a year. She witnessed my false arrest, screaming in terror at age 8. And the government is enforcing her abuse and interference with child custody crimes to keep me away from my child out of corruption. And look at the court part 2 on there. You can see how corrupt the government is.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank
Thank you. Okay. I saw you come in late. How are you doing? Yeah, that's the end of the service. I'm at New Birth Church right there. Hello, is everybody leaving already? Is everybody leaving?
Oh yeah, church is out.
Oh, I went to speak with the sisters.
The sister?
Yeah, because they were supposed to be calling me back for a situation. They took my picture. I was in a domestic violence crisis. Who can I talk to?
Oh, I'm not sure. You can go in and talk to someone.
Okay. I came here a while back and I attended service and I was trying to get help and they told me this wasn't the time or place. They told me, I'll let him finish talking. They told me it wasn't the time or place to discuss the abuse. I think it was like February of 2019. Not February, but May. I had just got put out of a domestic violence place because a car sped up like it was going to hit me and they covered for it and put me on property to cover for it. So I came here. And I've been in church a long time and begging for my life at church. I got a drug out of IBOC church and removed from another church by an officer. And so they took me down and said that they needed to take my picture to get me out of abuse, which was odd because my bank took my picture too. I get stalked. Yeah. Okay, so they took my picture and I never got a call. And they were rude and didn't want to help me escape abuse. Are you guys still refusing to help?
That I don't know.
The pastor, I talked to the pastor. Where's the pastor?
You'll have to go around here and go to the side door over there.
Okay.
And see if he'll let you.
Yeah, I just want to know why, he didn't want to help.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, go to the side door. Okay, thank you. My name's Kiana Clark. I came here a while back. I don't remember if it was you. I told the pastor I was in a domestic violence crisis. And then they told me to leave. I was asking for help. And I was told in the sanctuary this wasn't the time or place. You remember me?
No, I don't remember you.
Oh, because used to be...
Whoever told you, they told you correct.
Okay, because I was trying to escape abuse and I was giving my testimony trying to get out of it. And, when I was in church a long time and I've never heard people, be rude to a person. I was drug out of IBOC church.
You think it was rude, but you don't know what... I don't even know why people come up and talk because you don't stay long enough.
It was you. Yeah, it was you.
You talk longer than you stay. So,
That's not true. Someone probably paid you. They came up and interrupted your sermon and gave you a piece of paper. And then you interrupted me begging for my life. And I was drugged out of IBOC church and thrown on concrete. You condone that?
you're telling me stuff that don't have nothing to do with New Birth.
Oh.
You talk to the pastor over there.
Oh, no, at New Birth I came.
Don't talk to me about Pastor Rush and IBOC.
Oh, that's really rude, sir. I'm just trying to get down to the bottom of why these churches are mistreating me, trying to escape domestic abuse.
Let me squeeze you out because you think it's rude.
I just don't understand why you condone me getting drugged out of IBOC and why I keep getting I don't know why you do that, sir, again. Or this is your second time.
What's going on, man?
I just didn't understand why he was bullied. I get bullied trying to escape domestic abuse. Is the police just telling these people to be abusive when I try to escape domestic abuse?
Okay.
That was drug out of IBOC. I'm just trying to see why churches are rude now.
Come on, let me.
Why would you gaslight me and you bully me trying to escape domestic? Why did they need to take my picture? Why did they need to take my picture to escape domestic abuse and they never gave me services?
I'll talk to you outside.
I don't understand why the church needed to take my picture like my bank. I don't understand why church people are so rude and cover for a person in domestic violence and want to threaten the police to keep her in it. Is the police calling all these locations and tell them to bully me for trying to escape their abuse?
Let me ask you something. Did you come here to have church today?
Well, I'm not safe having church, and I want to get down to the bottom of it because I get bullied and violated at church. If church isn't safe, as I was trying to tell him, like at IBOC.
You're not answering my question. It's a simple yes or no.
I don't understand why you would condone me getting bullied at church. Let's go outside. Let's go outside, sir. I don't understand why people condone us not being safe at church anymore. Why it's not safe at church and it's okay. And why I can't talk to church people and tell them I was drug out of a church begging for my life, why they would condone that and then say it has nothing to do with them, a fellow Christian in God, bullying them, trying to escape domestic abuse at a multitude of churches.
Follow me right now. Just calm down. Calm down.
I don't know why I get gaslit, sir. I would like to concentrate on why the pastor was abusive the first and second time me trying to escape domestic abuse, and to the extreme that another church assaulted me trying to get help to get out of abuse. Why our church is so mean and cruel today.
You on the defensive. I want you to calm down.
Are you gaslighting me? Why would so many parties deflect their crimes that they're committing and gaslight me? Conspiracy to violate civil rights is a crime. I don't know why my mobile provider tried to mistreat me and blame me for their bad behavior,
right now,
even at church.
Listen, you are attacking yourself because you can't even pay attention.
I think for church members bullying someone trying to escape domestic abuse is
I'm not. Look, am I bullying you right now?
I just don't understand why the pastor got angry that I want to escape domestic abuse like IBOC.
I'm asking you a question.
And OCBF. And tried to intimidate me for trying to escape abuse. Do I have to be intimidated, sir, for trying to escape abuse?
Are you being intimidated
I think this is fruitless. I'm just trying to get down to the bottom of why churches aren't safe for me anymore.
Okay, now what's the purpose of all this?
Because I don't think that it's acceptable for me to get drug out of IBOC and then people condone me being abusive.
Drugs from right here.
Yeah, but I'm just getting bullied and intimidated for trying to escape domestic abuse like I've been getting years.
Did you feel as if I was bullying you and you didn't answer?
We're not getting anything resolved for domestic abuse, sir. You're covering for it.
Anything resolved with your attitude.
Are you gaslighting me for the fact that you had deprived me of help in domestic abuse as well as all churches?
I'm asking you to leave the property.
Yeah, I don't. Why would churches tell me to leave property and domestic violence organizations for trying to get help?
I'm asking
That's
you to leave
sick.
the property.
I just came randomly trying to get help with domestic abuse like I did before in the past, and I don't understand why all these locations premeditate my steps and want me to leave for trying to get help and threaten me and intimidate me.
Do you have a name? All
Kay.
you have is a statement to make.
I don't understand why I'm being bullied and why I keep getting bullied, trying to intimidate and trying to escape abuse. I don't have to take abuse from a church, sir. It's not okay.
What
it's
is
sick.
your name?
It's Kay.
Kay?
Yes.
Okay. This is not going to help you, and it's disturbing us. So I'm going to ask you to leave the property and find
What's your name?
I'm Kerry Ross.
Okay, Kerry Ross.
And
this is probably why I'm in it, because so many people are furious to the degree of where I got drug out of IBOC and assaulted at church. I just want to be safe at church, and for people not to be hateful and rude, that I want to get out of abuse. I've never seen anything like it. I guess that's why I can't get out. Because every location I go, domestic violence locations, every avenue is furious that I'm trying to escape abuse and punish me for it.
I'll give you a reference. You turn that off and put it to
Well,
the side.
I have it up because I keep getting violated. I don't think you want to give me a reference. I didn't get a reference last time. They lied and took my picture and would not help me and then schemed, like at a multitude of locations. And I'm trying to get down to the bottom of why I keep getting bullied at church. Bullied at church?
Ma'am, you know what? With your attitude and
I don't know why I'm getting
behavior,
gaslit, sir, again.
right
I don't like
now-
to keep getting degraded just because I want to escape domestic abuse and buy megaphones. I want to have a
thinking-
normal life and not get violated for exposing abuse. It's not okay that the church demanded to take my picture to get help and then I never got it. And then bullied and violated me over exposing that it's not okay to mistreat someone trying to escape a domestic violence
You're
situation.
putting yourself in the category of being mentally ill.
Mentally ill?
Yes.
And you guys took my picture? Are you covering for my abuse?
You taking pictures.
Did
right?
someone
We're not
tell
taking
you to be
pictures.
covered for my abuse like all locations? Even trying to get a megaphone?
Ma'am, you making yourself...
Let me give you my YouTube channel, because you're
yourself-
deflecting on why they needed to take my picture and then took my picture and then give me the services they said they were going to give. We're
Ain't
deflecting.
nobody took your picture.
They
girl.
did. They took my picture. They took me downstairs. They did it at my bank. They demanded
I'm
to take my
saying
picture.
At this location.
They took my picture, sir.
We don't even have a downstairs. So I'm saying...
They took me down somewhere.
You putting yourself in the category of being mentally ill, and the only thing we can do for that, if you don't leave the property, It's
I think
called
you-
for the police.
I think that I'm being bullied here, sir. Did you want to see my YouTube channel?
No, I'm finna call the police. That's what I'm finna do.
Yeah, that's probably who told you to do it.
I'm asking you to leave and you won't leave.
I just want to get down to the bottom of why I keep getting bullied, trying to escape domestic violence, even at organizations, every avenue, period, on the
Keep asking
planet.
that same question until the police pull up. You hear me?
Yeah, let them come so we can get down to the bottom of why. I'll wait. This has been going on years, so I don't know why churches and domestic violence organizations are furious for me trying to escape it and premeditate that I'm going to beg for my life. So let's get down to the bottom of why this has been going on years and why they needed to take my picture here and for me to get help that I never got, and my bank needed to take my picture.
Better Thrive.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
I'm at the Newburgh Missionary Baptist Church, and we need some police. We need some police assistance. We have a person that's on our property, standing in our door, videoing and acting
I'm not in the door.
sporadic.
He's lying, like KFC and Walmart. What would entice these people to lie? I'm not even standing in front of his door.
Oh, it's a female, black,
Why would he lie?
black young female.
In like Walmart and Metro
She
PCS?
has on a black top.
Why do they have to intimidate me and bully me for trying to escape domestic abuse and deprive me of service?
And she
Like they've been doing years?
iPad or something. She just constantly rattling off stuff. But it's
Slander at church?
It's really disturbing.
And like, it's disturbing. What I think conning someone and taking their picture and then depriving them of the right to get out of a domestic abuse is even more disturbing at church. Why would she? I don't understand why churches now enforce abuse.
My name? I'm Kerry Ross.
Hello. He got mad because I wanted to escape a domestic abuse. This is the second time. I don't understand why locations are furious that I want to escape a domestic violence crisis.
Okay, thank
You can see it on my YouTube channel. I get bullied and they call the police to enforce that I stay in abuse, that the police is behind.
I'm glad she made me.
I've never heard of such mistreatment for a woman trying to flee abuse. See the disregarding? A deliberate. So I'm at church just trying to escape domestic abuse. And it's not important and I have to be disregarded at every location. So they abuse tax dollars, do this sting operation, and have these people conspire with their crimes like they're insane. So you go to church and get violated and mistreated on church grounds to the degree of getting drug out of them and thrown on concrete. And at church they normalize it and make it okay and call the police on you to enforce it. Like at Full Gospel, security removing me for having a water bottle in my backpack that they weren't supposed to see. But I'm supposed to be the one with the mental problem. I think if you abuse your power, and no matter who entices you to be conspirator and abuse at church, then you need to look within yourself. I am on church grounds, and he is threatening the police for me trying to escape domestic violence on his property like the other organizations, and disregarding a woman fleeing for domestic abuse for her life, as they did years prior when they demanded to take my picture to get help, and I never got it, and my bank needed to take my picture too. Which was odd. The strange man that still guarded me and prevented me from getting down to the bottom of the identity theft. I don't understand why these locations need to take my picture and I have this deranged stalker that runs the government. And all these people, they just sit, look, watch, do nothing. Watch, do nothing. Condone and do nothing. Excuse me. Do y'all punish women trying to flee a domestic violence crisis at this church?
No, we want everybody to come. We saved.
Okay, well, I don't know why he slandered me trying to escape domestic violence crisis, and then bullied me for trying to escape it.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
I mean, are you still not rendering any help? I'm still in danger, as I was in May when I contacted the church and they needed to take my picture and then didn't give me service. May of 2019. I just don't want to be intimidated everywhere I go for trying to escape domestic violence. I think it's sick to be slandered and degraded at multiple different locations, even at church.
You'll be good. You'll be good. Ross, I'm done.
He called the police, like Walmart, like New Beginnings. This is what they do when you try to flee domestic violence today. Call the police. The people you're trying to flee. They did it before COVID. If someone is abusing their power, going around to every avenue to escape their abuse and enticing these people to commit crimes with them, church members not knowing that their behavior is criminal, these are crimes that these people are enlisted. Conspiracy to violate civil rights is a crime. And if someone is going around abusing their power at every avenue I have to escape their abuse and like enticing these people to be conspirators, blatantly lying, slander me, which has actually got me detained and arrested in the past, it's not a joke to cover up for criminal activity. So now it is not safe for me to get help in domestic violence because every avenue I take slanders me, violates me emotionally, psychologically for trying to get help in domestic abuse. So let's see what the police say, because I mean, these criminal trespasses before COVID, multiple different times a day, someone was clearly insane giving me criminal trespasses so I couldn't go anywhere. And they thought that they could give me criminal trespasses everywhere on the planet. But somehow they hit the jackpot with COVID, then they didn't have to because no one had rights. People just sit, look, watch, condone, and do nothing for years. So do you know why they're mistreating me trying to get domestic violence help here? Do you know why I'm getting mistreated trying to get help for domestic violence? Why he felt the need to call the police, as they do at multiple different locations? Why would a location threaten the police for someone trying to escape domestic abuse?
Are you trying to escape domestic abuse?
Yes.
So what happened?
Well, I have this stalker and I have multiple different false arrests. There's child abuse involved and multiple people just threaten the police to keep me in it.
Okay, you reported it?
Yeah, I just wanted love and support from church, but they refused to give it to me. They threaten the police and bully me and mistreat me psychologically for trying to get help out to get out of abuse.
Okay. Who's the person that's abusing? Are they
Well,
related to you?
no, it's someone else, but I just don't understand. I'm wondering why churches are abusive now, and they don't want to help me, and then they lie and slander me to keep me in it.
What are you asking me to do?
Just be compassionate and love, maybe direct me towards someone, give me a number, not lie and slander and enforce it.
Well, do you need some place to stay?
I do, or just like some love and kindness.
Okay, there's a place called, I'm trying to remember, it's right there off of Zane, off of Page.
I can't get into domestic violence places because I'm blacklisted. The police come show up and intervene or entice people to deprive me of services. They've been doing it years.
You say you're blacklisted?
Yeah, let me give you my YouTube channel. So you can see I can't get help, and then I get drug out of churches, trying to get a megaphone. I get mistreated at Walmart.
You get mistreated at Walmart?
Yeah, you can see it on my channel. They lied at court to keep my daughter in abuse. So my son got hit with a car. I got hit. It's some extreme events that a multitude of people cover for. This is the ticket the city gave me for reporting my daughter's abuse.
Girl, please.
Right here. They're so corrupt. They gave me a ticket for reporting. The city gave me a ticket to cover up and enforce my daughter's abuse. I have it recorded on my channel. So the abuse they have been enforcing, she witnessed my false arrest at age 8.
Oh, you're Miss Clark?
Right. She witnessed my false arrest at age 8, screaming in terror.
Mm-hmm.
The police have enforced with multiple different children that I have nothing to do with my children out of criminal activity and gave me a citation for reporting the abuse of my child. Okay. I went to court.
So what is this for?
That's for the citation for reporting child abuse. I just want you to see how corrupt they are. Okay. Have you ever heard of anyone that got a citation for trying to report their child's abuse?
No.
Well, that's why I think that.
I'm trying to find out what exactly.
They gave me a ticket for reporting child abuse, which is insane. They're behind it, so they ticketed me to enforce it, which is a crime. They give me criminal trespasses to enforce other crimes that's going on with my cell phone. They won't give me my hotspot out of corruption. I'm trying to get to the bottom of why churches are rude and abusive and enforce abuse, and why I was drug out of IBOC. Because if the government is abusing their power to call any avenue to escape their abuse, that's a crime.
Okay. You say you were drug out of IBOC?
Right, I was drug out of
Rush?
Yeah.
Why?
I think that someone's behind it. I think that someone is enticing these churches to become abusers, and I want to get down to the bottom of why church people can't be church people.
Okay, well, what do you want them to do exactly?
I just like normally churches used to be supportive and give you numbers and not threaten the police to enforce abuse.
The only numbers we can give you is like a shelter.
Well, I mean, I don't understand why they bully me and mistreating me for trying to get help.
Oh, okay.
And then lie and say church is not a place to ask for help, and that used to be.
You can ask for help, but there are certain areas of help.
Well, they weren't giving me the help. They were gaslighting me and mistreating me and forcing them.
Okay.
And taking my picture and pretending like that's how they could help, and then never giving me the help.
Okay, but what I'm saying, Ms. Clark, is...
you don't think that's suspicious that asking for help at church, someone got drug out of it and thrown on concrete, and then police bullied them walking all the way to the bus stop? Is that normal? Is it normal to get a citation trying to report child abuse? Is it normal to have multiple false arrests? And then your son got hit with a car, and then the police cover for it?
Well, why would you say the police cover?
Because he would cover for it and wouldn't take a report until I escalated.
He would not.
He would not take the report. My son was bleeding and had to hit and run. Someone
Did you call an ambulance?
It wasn't that minor, and he didn't want to escalate to that. It was real minor. He was bleeding, but the point of the references is that there was a hit and run, and the police covered for it until I escalated and wouldn't take the report.
Okay. The police covered on the hit and run, would not take a report.
Right, until I escalated. That's absolutely correct. For a 15-year-old child.
Okay.
That someone that waited for him to take out the trash deliberately hit him with a car on purpose.
Is these somebody that he knew?
Here's the thing: I was getting stalked and didn't know it, but I'm at church.
Stalked by some guy.
Yeah, it's on the YouTube channel. He's really, really powerful. Yeah, in some kind of way, I came here and they needed to take my picture for me to get help in 2019 in May. I had just got put out of a domestic violence shelter by someone sped up in a car like they were going to hit me on their camera footage, and they didn't follow protocol. So I came here, panicked for my life and help, and this church refused help and gaslighted and mistreated me, said that they would help after they took my picture and then didn't.
What you talking about? Abba?
Here.
You came here in 2019?
Here, that same pastor here. They took my picture.
What I'm asking was that, when did that happen?
2019, after the car sped up like it was going to hit me.
Okay.
At family place.
I've been here for many years. And I'm the head of security here.
Well, they came. The minister just admitted that he saw me.
He have saw you?
Yeah,
okay,
he admitted it.
But that wasn't on a Sunday, was it?
I don't remember what day it was. I don't remember. It was a lot. But the point it remains is that they told me that after they took my picture that they would help me, and they didn't. And my church, my bank also needed to take a picture, which was odd.
The bank? My
bank, with the same kind of device that she had, like a tablet or something. And she needed to take my picture to give me help.
Okay.
And then my bank needed to take picture too, like it was like with a device just like she did. So I don't know why these different. I have a stalker, and if he's enticing these locations to help stalk me and take pictures of me.
I don't think there's anybody enticing them.
Well, then why would they need to take a picture to get help that I never got, and then slander me today?
What help did they offer you?
Sir, I think that this is that the police aren't going to come. They just entice people to be conspirators in their crimes and then don't show up. So I don't think. I just wanted to get down to the bottom of why these churches mistreat me for trying to escape abuse.
I can't answer that. I can't tell you why people think the way they think.
Okay, well, thank you for talking to me. The police aren't going to show. They just enlist people to be conspirators in their crimes, and then they have them take the fall for their criminal activity.
Well, that's probably true, too.
Okay, well, thank you for your compassion, because it hasn't been given here in the past.
I'm so sorry. I just feel like, we're here
to be here to help, sir.
But here's the thing. We don't know what kind of help you're asking for. See,
well, they couldn't because they lied and said that they were going to help me after they took my picture and then never helped and didn't give me any assistance. Okay. And lied like he did today. Okay. And I mean, they can't help with lying.
What are you asking for? We can give you numbers to shelters or...
I don't think I think it's fruitless here because they're covering for my abuse and gaslighting me, and they're not willing to give me the help like a multitude of churches. Okay. So I'll go. The police haven't showed, and they don't. They just enlist conspirators and then... flying monkeys and don't want to incriminate themselves.
All I can say is, from my point of view, I can pray for you and pray that things work out for you.
Well, you can keep me in prayer past that YouTube channel.
And I'll definitely go to this channel and see.
And pass that on because it's abuse. Okay. There's the police right there.
Yeah, but he ain't stopping. He going that way.
Yeah. Well, they stalk. I've seen multiple different police panicking on where I'm going, and they're the ones that is behind why these churches won't help me.
So are you driving?
I am.
Okay. You got a way to get around. That's good.
Yeah, so they're the ones that are enticing these churches to become bullies for trying to escape their abuse. So it's pretty sadistic to be bullies. Is that the churches?
Actually, he's coming.
Okay, let's see what happens. They're just gonna bully me and want a criminal trespass. He's just gonna bully me and give me a criminal trespass because they set it up like they've been doing years.
Can you stop right there?
Oh, okay, I want to hear. He said I was in need of help. I don't know why you're bullying me and he's saying I'm in need of help. That's rude. So they help them scheme. This is how I get detained. So they help them scheme and then say that I'm in a mental crisis so they can scheme to detain me and arrest me. So they enlist these parties to commit crimes with them. Making false reports to detain someone is a crime, even if the police is behind it. So they get mad that I'm exposing their abuse, that these are crimes that these police consistently keep committing. In every avenue, even at bus stops talking to men, and it's still nothing done. I'm at church. I was drug out of IBOC. These bullies probably set it up. So he just talked to me about abuse. And they're wanting to enforce the criminal trespass and disregard the abuse that they've been enforcing years. Because they're behind it, so that's why they cover for it and bully me and violate me in the process. They're my bullies. They're setting it up. Let me get their license plate number. This is an active crime.
Ma'am, can you,
I'm getting your license plate number because you guys keep committing crimes. This is criminal. If you can't abide by the law, I have to expose your criminal activity. So they're sending right here. I'm escaping domestic abuse. Why are you guys enforcing it for years? Why are these churches? I was drug out of IBOC.
I'm just trying to talk to you. So you came here requesting help. What exactly did you
Domestic abuse. What's your badge number?
It's right here.
Oh, he's standing conveniently.
Okay, so
What's your badge number?
ma'am, I'm trying to talk to you and see what kind of help you were trying to get so we can.
Why are you covering up your badge number? Are you committing a crime right now? Okay, Jay, because you don't want me to have your name, Jay Granados, 12110. That's not a felony. Okay.
Ma'am, I'm just trying to. Ma'am, can you stop right there?
I'm just trying to get your badge numbers.